Negotiations come to a close after Ted Leonsis and D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser sign a $515 million deal that promises to modernize the Capital One Arena and the surrounding area. This happened after the legislation was blocked from having a hearing in the Senate Budget Committee, ending the discussion of moving the Caps and Wizards out of the nation's capital. This comes as good news to fans of both teams who think Bowser's actions are in their best interests.
I've honestly felt that Bowser's done a good thing and keeping the teams here, even though I don't watch basketball. I think she's done a better job at it to keep them here than they have trying to receive them.
After months of back and forth, the plan to move Capital One Arena to Alexandria will not go through. Experts from across Alexandria and DC are weighing in about how the outcome of this situation affects both of the cities.
Some in Alexandria are now expressing their disappointment over the loss of this deal that would have made Potomac Yard the central point for both teams. While the governor wanted the move to Virginia, some legislators felt that the deal was rushed and did not want taxpayers picking up the burden. Mayor Justin Wilson is now left to pick up the pieces.
We are disappointed that this proposal was not able to be thoughtfully considered on its merits by legislators, stakeholders, and ultimately now by our community, and instead got caught up in partisan warfare in Richmond. As a result, the city of Alexandria will no longer be considering the current proposal and will instead turn our focus to other efforts to bring quality commercial opportunities to the community in the future.
The construction site where the stadium would have been still remains, and the privately owned land is still under lease for 20 years. John Brault, a vice president at the National Consumers League, is curious about what will happen in future plans.
A lot of people are spreading blame and suggesting, and by some people, I mean specifically Mayor Wilson in Alexandria, but also the developer, JBG Smith. They're suggesting that the Potomac Yard will just stay as a strip mall with acres of surface parking for 20 years. And I think that's really just sour grapes speaking.
Throughout the months of this proposal, many DCU residents were against the move to Virginia. Ronald Moten with Don't Mute DC, an advocacy group, spoke extensively on how the Alexandria proposal had harmful consequences.
For leadership to be so selfish, right? When people are telling you this is going to kill us, it's going to kill small businesses, it's going to kill people trying to go to the airport and make their flights on time, right? It has so many residual effects, right, that people are not thinking about.
Moten says Leonsis and those in favor of the move were acting on self-interest instead of the hopes of DC residents.
He's not listening to the people. When you have so much money, you become a narcissist, and nobody can tell you nothing. You don't hear what's going on.
Similar debates on moving teams have become common in the world of sports arena ownership. Professor Dennis Coach specializes in the study of stadiums and arenas and the impact on the local economy. He says the grassroots efforts to stop the move to Alexandria played a big part in keeping the team in town.
Had the team not taken it, they would have come back and asked for more eventually, either later this year or next year or in 5 years. But they would have been back saying, hey, we're going to give you all of these goodies if you just subsidize us.
With the end of the Alexandria deal, the Wizards and Capitals will stay in D.C. until 2050. Meanwhile, fans of both teams hope to move past the troubles of these past months and focus on winning. Reporting in D.C. for VCU InSight and the newsroom at VCU, I'm Matt Bowman.